It's time to repeat that viral recipe I had with brownies. If you were here, you know about it. It was last year. For those of you who don't know, brownies without a box, homemade brownies. All you really need to have in your cabinet is some cocoa powder and some chocolate chips. The rest of the ingredients I'm sure you have. And you can make the most decadent, the most richest, most chocolatey homemade brownies without a box. You don't need a box. Stay here and watch how we're going to put them together really quick. In under 30 minutes, you're going to have fresh homemade brownies. These brownies went viral. You need to watch this if you didn't see it last year. First thing you want to do is preheat your oven to 350. I have a 8x8 pan. I guess you could use a 9x9. Your brownie will be thinner, but I have an 8x8 and I've lined it with some parchment paper. All right, the first thing we're going to do is take 10 tablespoons of butter and melt it. Put it in a large bowl. You do not need a mixer for this. We're going to take 1 cup of sugar, and all you need is a whisk. And we'll whisk this up really well for about 30 seconds. Once you have it whisked like this, we're going to add 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, or as much as you want. And 2 eggs. And we're going to whisk this up for about a minute or so. Get that all combined really well. I take a half a cup of milk chocolate chips and melt them. Okay, I melted the chocolate. This was a milk chocolate. You could use dark chocolate. I wish I had dark. I would have used it. But you melt your chocolate, and I did it in the microwave at 30-minute intervals. It took about a minute. And we're going to put this right into our mixture here. We'll give that a little mix in there with the eggs and sugar and butter. You're basically almost done. We take 3/4 of a cup all-purpose flour and we add a half a teaspoon of salt. And then you want to have some baking cocoa. This is powdered cocoa, and all you need is a 1/4 cup. That's it. And I use this, I get this from Costco. Good organic cocoa. I'm going to mix that in there. These are the dry ingredients. Just give them a little toss together. Now we'll use a spatula. We'll put our flour and cocoa powder with salt into our batter. And just incorporate that and combine it. We want to add 1 cup of chocolate chips. This is what I'm using. Again, milk chocolate. You could use dark chocolate if you want. Also at this point, you could add nuts, walnuts, or anything you want in your brownie. But I'm going to omit the nuts this time. Okay, we don't want to overmix this. There's your brownie mix. Trust me. And anyone who has tried it has come back to me and said it's the best brownie recipe they've ever had. And you don't need a box. So if you want to make brownies, get going. Let's pour that into the pan and into a 350-degree oven for about 30 minutes. I'll let you know exactly. Once you get it in there, you want to press it down into the corners and get it spread out all over. It is stiff because it is a brownie mix. Okay, into the oven it goes. Here's the brownie. Look at it. We're going to do the test to see if it's crispy on top. Took about 30 minutes. Look at that. Nice, crispy top and gooey inside. Let's check it out. Here they are, homemade brownies. And nice, crispy ends, if you like that. Chewy, decadent, chocolatey. Oh my God. Brownies without a box. Remember that. I hope you enjoy this recipe just as I enjoyed making it again. For anyone who didn't see the first one, homemade brownies, Stacy's Way. Try them. Save this recipe. You're going to want to save it. And you can just click and save it in that recipe keeper. If you like this recipe, there will be more. new ones, maybe some oldies but goodies. If you like this recipe, follow for more.